the Crossbreed Priscilla boss fight. So this is a fun boss fight. It's got a new technique that is not in a lot of the other boss fights. So this boss, first of all, has a... if you cut off her tail, which is actually surprisingly hard to do because her tail is so small, and this boss is invisible for most of the boss fights, and completely invisible at that. Not invisible at the way that like
the Predator is.
Yeah, like you can see her feet walking around on the ground, so you have to kind of use that as a marking. Apparently, if you burn her, she'll stay visible for a long time. And you can see that marking, that meter in the middle. That's I think it's called bleed. If that gets filled, she does a huge bonus in damage to you. So just kind of run away and play defensively when that gets super high. So anyway, cut off her tail, you get a unique weapon. It's not that good of a weapon, but if you're trying to get the achievement for getting all of the weapons in the game, you have to do this at some point, and it's probably easiest to do it on your first time through. If you hit her enough times, she becomes visible as well. But you can kind of, like, she's incredibly slow, her hits don't do that much damage. So if you've got 10 Estus flasks, you shouldn't have any problems at all with her. Like, the only reason this video is this long is because I'm trying to cut off her tail. Like, I could have just unloaded on her really quick, just like, you know.
What's that?
Again, that's someone else fighting her.
Oh.
That's another person running around the world at the exact same place that I am. Anyway, so you can see her feet walking through the snow. So just kind of look for that. And you can basically, like, if you have your shield out, you can literally walk up to her and run into her. And, like, it's like there's an invisible wall in the game that tells you exactly where she is. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're swinging at nothing. You can use, like, you can kind of run. Yeah, you can kind of feel her out. And apparently, if you have a good bow and arrow as well, you can shoot her with an arrow, and the arrow will stick in her.
That's awesome.
But if you switch from the bow and arrow, it goes away shortly after switching. Yeah, so it's like, well, it's a cool trick, but who uses bow and arrows in this game? Not me. That's for goddamn sure. Anyway, so yeah, just kind of run around. Like, I came incredibly close to not getting the little extra weapon.
Because you killed her before her tail broke or something?
I came extremely close to doing that.
Yeah.
I did get the weapon, but I almost fucked it up. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Music's kind of creepy too. Oh, I guess you don't hear it.
Oh, I can listen.
Yeah, you can listen. So yeah, you saw right there, I had the blood loss, which, so that's the effect that happens when eventually I'm going to switch to the Uchigatana. Mm-hmm. Is that little meter right there, basically against any enemy, that meter can build up. But apparently it builds up very, very quickly on enemies that aren't wearing armor, that just have flesh, and they bleed a lot quicker. So, again, it gives you a huge boost in damage when the meter gets completely filled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this boss. I don't think I ever hit her with a combustion, so I never really got to test out that technique.
But it looks like you've been trying.
Oh, yeah, I've been trying. But I never pulled it off successfully.
I like the moans.
Oh, I did hit her there. Yep.
That is a weird tail.
Yeah, it's very tiny compared to a lot of. It's a small dagger.
Oh.
So unlike a lot of the other,
like an axe, like that one guy had,
or that huge Galgamech vagina gaping dragon boss fight that had like a huge tail that you could cut off. That was like half the size of the boss itself.
Yeah. So The thing filled up right there.
Yeah, the thing filled up right there and did. Yeah.
Massive damage.
Yep. The weak spot for massive damage.
How long would this have taken if you weren't trying for the tail? Half the time?
Yeah, at least half the time. Because I wouldn't have tried to make her visible at all. I would have just kept poking away at her. Which I think would have been very easy to do if I didn't give a shit about showing everything off that you can in this game.
Yeah.
You know. So if you killed the dark spirit that's in this world, you'll see the armor that you can pick up right immediately after you kill this boss. Like, you know, it's kind of glowing right in the corner, right towards the platform that lets you out of the world. See? Got her right there. Priscilla's dagger. Very close. And I just finish her off right away.
Yeah.
I almost didn't get it. So anyway, that's the painted world of...
Achievement!
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Beat Crossbreed. Yeah, seriously, that's a huge achievement drink. There's not a lot of them.